What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS pregame report.
And welcome live from Spartan Arena on the campus of Homestead High School, where we're getting set for the regular season finale between the Norwell Knights and the Homestead Spartans. Good evening, I'm Brayden Carroll, joined alongside color commentator Chris Kohrman and sideline reporter Nisha Lalria. We're just about 10 minutes away from tip-off of tonight's game, and Chris, two old NE8 foes going at it tonight, both ranked in their classes, here to end the regular season with a bang.
Yeah, Norwell's a great team coming in here with only 3 losses on the year, and like you said, Brayden, both are ranked in their classes. This is a highly anticipated matchup and a good way for Homestead to go into sectional play with a tough matchup tonight against the Norwell Knights.
And now let's get into the OPS pregame report. Chris, both teams are off victories. Norwell's win was very impressive. 52-50 at the cage against Concordia. Not an easy place to win at, but they got the job done.
Yeah, we saw Concordia be a very good team in the SAC this year. They were top 3 even at the end of the SAC play. So Concordia, a very good team, and like you said, Brayden, a tough place to play. And Norwell came in with that tight victory, took a lot to win in that game, and they clutched it out by 2 points.
Johnny Washington, 17 points, had a big game, but Luke McBride, 19. And, you know, he got the game-winning assist as Johnny Washington missed the three-pointer at the buzzer. Big difference there, the final minute of the game. And Homestead's victory against Carroll was even sweeter. The lowest amount of points Homestead's allowed in the game, and it was a beating from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, that game was just a very interesting strategy coming from Carroll. We saw them hold the ball in the first quarter for a good amount of time. They were taking minute 30 to 2 minutes each possession. And it seemed like most of the time Homestead was getting turnovers off of their, strategy. So I thought Homestead defensively stood out in that game, and they adjusted very well to Carroll's slow offensive strategy.
The three-point shooting was on point, too. Look at those top 3. 3 of 6, 4 of 5, 2 of 4, automatic. And looking at the final SAC standings, Homestead's win against Carroll last week brought Sparty their second straight SAC title as they stand alone at the top as the only one-loss conference team.
Yeah, we saw Homestead, take a tough loss to Snyder, but then bounce back and won every other game. They had to win a gritty one at Dwenger. They had to win a gritty one at Concordia. I mean, Homestead had to go on the road and win some tough ones in the SAC because we saw Dwenger beat Snyder. We saw Concordia beat a couple good teams in the SAC. So Homestead playing on the road in the SAC was good, and then they took care of business at home, just except for that Snyder game. But Snyder took 2 tough losses to give Homestead the edge in the SAC.
That last loss against Dwenger was really the nail in the coffin, and all Homestead had to do was beat Concordia Carroll. They did just that. And Chris, it's senior night. Grady Swing, Max Schiltz, Afani Ezecudo, Andrew Leeper, and Fletcher Lawyer honored tonight in their final home game at Spartan Arena. A senior class has gone through it all, won conference titles, sectional titles, and they're hoping this could be the season they go even further.
Yeah, I mean, this team has a lot of hopes. Getting down to that regional is one of their, hopes for this season. Can we get down to the regional? And obviously you saw with the sectional draw, they're going to have to play the Indy sectional. So what can Homestead do in that matchup? Obviously, they got to get their first sectional. Not an easy task, but like you said, Brayden, I think this team has very big dreams coming up in the postseason.
This team wants a regional title. It's been a long time since Homestead's been able to graze one. They want one desperately. And Chris, looking deeper into Fletcher Lawyer's storied career, he has done so much for this program. He's hit over 1,000 points as a Spartan, 2,000 in his career between Homestead and Clarkston. He's had a 50-point game, which he put up against Marion last season. He really has done it all. As he moves on to West Lafayette, he leaves quite the legacy behind.
Yeah, I mean, Fletcher Lloyd, he's had a great high school career, putting up big numbers tonight. He's going to be honored with the 2,000-point basketball. Great accomplishment for him. But, Brayden, I mean, he does great things, not just the three-point shooting. He's great at the free throw line. He's great at attacking the basket. I mean, there really isn't much that Fletcher Lloyd cannot do, and it shows for this Homestead team. And it really is why Homestead has been so successful on offense this year. I think it starts with Fletcher Lloyd.
Talked about the free throws. He's first in free throw percentage in a season all time, second in points per game in a season, most three-pointers in a season. He is a fantastic player for the Spartans. There's a reason he's a Mr. Basketball contender at this point. And with that, we will go to our first break. Coming up, an in-depth look at the Norwell Knights. The OPS pregame show continues after this.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to the OPS pregame show ahead of tonight's action between Homestead and Norwell. I'm Brayden Carroll, joined by Chris Kohrman. Spartan Arena is absolutely packed as we get closer to the start of this NE8 SAC rivalry showdown. And looking at the Norwell Knights, this squad has proven to be a force to be reckoned with in Class 3A. They've won the NE8. 2 of their 3 losses came to current ranked teams, including undefeated Chesterton, who got the best of Homestead earlier this year. Impressive wins against Huntington North, Jay County, Bishop Dwenger, and Crown Point. Norwell is no joke, and they're going into this game believing they will spoil senior night.
Yeah, I mean, Norwell's a very good team. Like you said, Brayden, only 3 losses. Starting off the year, just a rough one. Probably just trying to feel things out. And then look at the winning streak they're on right now. I mean, Norwell is definitely feeling themselves right now. They can shoot the ball well. They push it well. You saw that big win against Concordia, like we talked about, going in the cage, no easy task. And Huntington North, they played that slow ball, so that's tough for Norwell to find a groove, and they did. So I think Norwell, coming in tonight, if they can shoot the ball well, they're going to keep up with Homestead.
And if you look from January 8th beyond, all of 2022, 11-1, just 1 loss, the first of the year. Really good team in this second stretch of the season. And Norwell is highlighted by star Luke McBride, son of head coach Mike McBride, a 2-time All-NE8 first-teamer who reached 1,000 career points this January, only a junior, and he's already an all-time star at Norwell High School.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the leader on this team. Luke McBride, a great player, and only a junior. I mean, he got 1,000 point this year, and he's only a junior. I mean, it's only going to go up for Norwell from now on with him. And like you said, his dad's the coach, so definitely a connection right there. And the McBride duo is taking over Norwell.
Luke McBride, just a junior. We keep emphasizing that, but it really is phenomenal. He had 1,000 career points, and you still got a year of eligibility left with your school. Hasn't decided college yet. He is a dominant player, and you know he's going to play at the next level.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to. I mean, so much talent already at the 1,000 point, averaging 19 a game for Norwell, and his free throw percentage, 90+. I mean, the kid can flat out play.
And tonight's matchup is between 2 old NE8 rivals. The 59th meeting tonight in a historic rivalry between 2 teams now in different conferences, different classes, different cities, different counties. But that doesn't change the tension between these 2 when they meet, especially in big ranked games like this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that you get up for. It's the last game of the year. And there's one thing you want to do. You want to go into the postseason with a win. You got to have momentum going to the postseason. And tonight, you're going to gain a lot if you win this game because it's a tough opponent. If you're Norwell and you win, you just beat a very good Homestead team. If you're Homestead and you win, you beat a good Norwell team. So there's a lot of momentum that can ride on this game if you win. And then Homestead got to turn around and play Tuesday in a sectional. So this is a big game. A little bit of momentum could be gained if you knock off the Norwell Knights if you're Homestead.
It's especially a big game for Norwell if they can win. If you look at longest win streaks, Homestead has the longest with 10, and that's their current win streak since 2011. Norwell hasn't been able to win even during their 2-loss season back in 2020. Still couldn't beat the Spartans. One of those 2 losses was here at Spartan Arena. Norwell needs this win really badly to get an edge over Homestead in the modern day edition of this rivalry and to head into the 3A tournament with hopes way up.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can look at the sectional that Norwell's in and see that they are a favorite in the sectional, but you still want to go in with the win. Like you said, Brayden, Homestead's on this winning streak against them, and it's not sitting well with them. They've been good the past couple years. 2 losses coming in to Homestead, and they lose. I mean, Norwell team is fit to win tonight. They shoot the ball well, and they want to go into the postseason because Oak Hill's in that sectional. Oak Hill's tough this season.
Oak Hill really is a tough team. 17-4, Norwell beat them earlier. Never know into sectionals. And with that, that'll take us to a break in the OPS pregame show. The 59th edition of Homestead Norwell and the regular season finale for 2022. Don't miss it.
Rethink your limits.
And welcome back to the OPS pregame show. I'm Brayden Carroll, joined alongside Chris Kohrman. We are live from Spartan Arena for tonight's former NHS rivalry, the showdown between Homestead and Norwell. And with that, we're going to send it down to sideline reporter Nisha.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's a big game for Homestead going against a good Norwell team.
It is a big matchup, and now let's send it down to sideline reporter Nisha Lalria, who's standing by with Coach Johnson.
Thank you, Brayden. I'm here with Coach Chris Johnson, and Coach, tonight is the last game of the regular season, and we're playing a ranked 3A team. What do you think the Spartans have to do tonight to get a win over the Knights?
Well, we're going to have to defend at a high level. They're a very good three-point shooting team. We're going to have to make sure we run them off the three-point line and then make them to defend at a high level.
All right, thank you. Brayden?
Thank you, Nisha. The Homestead Spartans need a big game today to head into the postseason with a lot of momentum. High-powered offense is what they need.
Yeah, and you look at the same thing for Norwell. Norwell, a very good shooting team. Coach Johnson hit it that if McBride can get hot and then Leighton Bailey gets hot, Homestead going to be in some trouble.
Now let's head into one last break before we get to the start of this game. Homestead, Norwell, 2 ranked teams going at it. We'll be right back.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marcus Pizza. Located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marcus specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena. We're getting set for Homestead Norwell. Right now on the floor, Fletcher Lawyer being honored with his 2,000 points ball. He reached 2,000 points against Blackhawk Christian.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Principal Mrs. Susan Summers and Athletic Director Mr. Joe Uppergrove, we welcome you to Homestead High School for tonight's varsity boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great accomplishment for Fletcher Lawyer. Getting to 2,000 points is obviously a big deal, and, it's something that players don't really do a whole lot, and it seemed like Fletcher did it very fast. We're not even to the end of the season.
Now let's go into the OPS starting lineup between these two teams. First off, for Norwell, number 5, Jake Parker. The 6'3 junior, number 12, Luke Graft. The 6'1 junior, number 22, Leighton Bailey. The 5'10 junior, number 24, Luke McBride. The 6'2 junior, and number 40, Brody Bolin, the 6'3 junior.
Yeah, a very solid lineup coming from Norwell. Leighton Bailey, I'm telling you, if he gets hot tonight, Homestead got to stay in front of him, because if he gets rolling with the three-point shooting, Homestead going to be a little bit of trouble.
And for Homestead, number 2, Fletcher Lawyer, the 6'4 senior. Number 12, Kyron Kapowicki, the 6'2 junior. Number 14, Grady Swing, the 6'4 senior. Number 20, Andrew Leeper, the 6'6 senior. Number 22, Grant Leeper, the 6'7 junior.
Now Homestead sticking with the same lineup they've done with all season long, and it's worked. Homestead got a good lineup, got some size, got Fletcher Lawyer, got Kapowicki and Swing in there. This Homestead lineup is solid.
Absolutely stacked lineup. Lawyer just received his 2,000 point ball, reached 2,000 against Wayne. Got my numbers mistaken, reached 1,000 with Homestead against Blackhawk Christian. He's truly had a fantastic season with Homestead his senior year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great accomplishment for Fletcher Lawyer. Getting to 2,000 points, it's not easy. And he did it. We saw him get to 1,000 points in 39 games for Homestead. And so now he's up to 2,000 points, right around the corner from when he did it at Blackhawk.
This is a big game between these two teams. Let's look at the Fort Wayne Orthopedics keys to the game. Chris, what do you have for these two teams?
Well, I think the big thing is for Norwell, you want to force Homestead to shoot the three ball. I mean, Homestead outside of Fletcher Lawyer, they do struggle at times with the three-point shooting, so force them into that. And you got to match Homestead's tempo. Tonight, Homestead's going to look to push it. Norwell got to keep up with it. And for Homestead, use the size advantage you got. Norwell does not have a lot of size leapers step up. And you got to utilize the bench, get Max Schultz in there, get Afani Ezecudo in there, and let's see him hit some buckets on senior night.
Your officials tonight, Robert Childers, David Gentile, and Steve Howell. And we are off at Spartan Arena between Homestead and Norwell. Two ranked teams. Norwell number 6 in Class 3A. Homestead number 3 in Class 4A. Jake Parker. Norwell hanging around the perimeter to start off this game. Graft with it. Pass stolen by Fletcher Lawyer. Tried to get it to Bailey, and he lays it in to start off the scoring for Homestead.
Yeah, good matchup right there defensively for Homestead. Saw Lawyer switch on to Bailey and was able to get a steal with it.
Jake Parker, top of the key. Lawyer guarding closely. Whistle blown, travel called on Luke McBride, the star of this Norwell team. Coach Mike McBride not happy with that. Maybe more with the player than the official. Homestead ball.
Yeah, I think what Norwell's coach is seeing right now, Homestead coming out setting the tone. They're setting the pace. They're going with their strong defense, and we've seen that in back-to-back possessions.
Ready swing, dump down low, Andrew Leeper spinning around, tough one up, no good, and rebounded by Bolin. McBride. Hand off Parker. Leighton Bailey deep 3-ball off the back of the iron. Offensive board by Graft. 3-pointer, no good by Parker. Bolin with the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, Homestead got to be on those defensive rebounds. You can't allow Norwell to get 2 to 3 second chance efforts because you got to know one of them's going in.
The Homestead Carroll game last week started off back and forth. That's a foul there on Norwell. Student section on the opposite side of the floor doesn't like it.
That's an off-the-ball foul right there for Bolin. You know, a player for Norwell that they don't want to see get in foul trouble because, you know, that's the closest thing they have to a post presence.
Just the first for Bolin. The timeout called by the officials as one of the volleyball pole placement things on the floor. I don't exactly know what they're called. Came loose. Looks like something may have broken, actually.
A little chip on it, maybe. Just trying to make sure it is sticking in there.
If it is chipped, that could be bad, because unless you have a replacement somewhere, they might have to get a replacement. It appears to be chipped.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just a little bit of a stoppage of play right here. Could be chipped, and we saw Mr. Frazier, one of the Homestead teachers here, ran off the court, probably going to get some sort of tool to help go down there and fix it.
He is the physical education teacher here at Homestead. Also taught health and wellness. He knows a thing or two about this gym and where things are. In the meantime, the student section is going to have some fun during this break.
Talk about how they think they're going to win tonight. Oh, I think they're going to say that it is good to go.
Don't need a replacement. It's all good. An interesting pause in play. Not something you see every day in high school basketball. Inbound under the basket here for Homestead. Gets it into Andrew Leeper at the perimeter. Lawyer. Hesitation down low. Andrew Leeper lost it. Saves it out and stolen by Luke Graft.
A good defensive steal right there by Norwell, and interesting thing to see right there, Norwell opted not to push it. They slowed it down.
He was right there for the interception. Bolin now free throw line. Hand off McBride. Gets some space, 3-ball, left it short. Rebound Graft. And Bailey thought about deep one.
You see it again right there. Homestead not jumping to the rebounds. I'm sure that's something Coach Johnson's going to emphasize the next time, or the first time they call a timeout. He's going to have to emphasize the rebounding.
Homestead team that averages 28.9 rebounds a game, 19.8 defensive rebounds a game. Going up against a team that only averages 6.5 offensive boards a game. Right now they're getting worked on the glass. That's Luke Graff finishing off the glass in the Knights' lead.
Yeah, just like you said, Brayden, they're working it on the glass, and right now Homestead got to answer. You're facing a 2-point deficit right now. Got to have an answer.
Lawyer guarded by Leighton Bailey. Spins around, hesitation, takes a contact, can't get the shot to go. Looks more like he was looking for a foul. Bailey finds some space, cuts through the D, off the glass, can't get it to go.
Well, there's a good rebound by Grant Leeper, jumping to it, getting aggressive.
Kalpawiki cross court, 3-ball, swish! Kyron Kalpawiki from beyond.
Yeah, good pass right there. Saw Kalpawiki open. I think Kalpawiki was aware that a Norwell player breaking onto him. He still decided to shoot it. Good confidence right there.
Luke McBride, feed to Parker, top of the key, bounce past Graft. Andrew Leeper guarding back to McBride. Heads in towards the baseline, stuck on a pivot. Great defense by Swing, trying to force a travel. And then he gets the call.
Yeah, good pressure right there by Grady Swing. Had him trapped, and he couldn't give him an ounce of room, and he didn't give it to him. Just a good defensive play right there by Grady Swing.
Great offensive, defensive rotation there for Homestead. Got the 3-ball on the offensive end. Forced the turnover on the defensive end. Warrior hesitation. Pass swing. Now Kapowicki with it. Grand Leaper baseline. Reverse layup. Gets it to go. Off-handed. Spartans lead by 3.
And there's Homestead using the size right there. Grant Leaper getting down low. Now, obviously, a big force for Homestead tonight has the size. Tallest player out there tonight. So, he's working it and got a good bucket.
Parker. Feeds Luke McBride. Leading scorer on this team. Leads in assists and rebounds as well. Absolute star for the Knights. Graft back out. McBride, deep 3. No good. And Graft's there for the board again. 3-ball Bailey. Almost a wedgie. Didn't get that one to fall. And that's a foul on the Knights as they tried to get the rebound. Call that one on Luke Graft. He's been all over the boards for the Knights. That time can't get the rebound. Instead gets the foul.
You know, Brayden, I think when we talk about the postseason, one thing that's going to set Homestead apart from teams is the defense. I mean, we see the way they're playing on McBride. They're physical. They're not giving him space. And you force a deep 3 right there. I mean, that's just a little bit out of range. And right now, that's what they're forcing Norwell to do.
Kapowicki too strong on that 3-ball, bowling with the board. And again, McBride, Schultz, great defense. Ezekuto tried to save it, but it stays with the Knights. He was almost there. Great defense by Schultz. And he plays great defense every game.
Well, no give up right there. I mean, you saw Norwell come down with the clean board, but Max Schultz didn't give up on it. He saw a little bit of a bad pass, and he tried to take advantage of it, just couldn't get the ball maintained.
He just has that football player mentality of work hard every possession, especially on defense. He is an incredible worker, and what a swat by Grant Leaper. And guess who was there to help him out on defense? Max Schultz.
Yeah, Homestead defensively is just great. I mean, look at this. You got Max Schultz, needs a little bit of help. Grant Leaper says, I got it, and comes in with the swat. I mean, good defensive play right there by Homestead. Good switch.
Homestead's ability to control the paint on the defensive end has really showed this season. When you have Grant Leaper, Andrew Leaper, with their height, able to swat anything, and Schultz, with his explosive defense, this team is a threat. There's a reason their average margin of victory is in the double digits.
Well, and Brayden, you go back to when they played Carroll at Brownsburg, and I thought one of the things that stood out to me was when Carroll got in the paint, they were turning the ball over a lot. Homestead was getting the ball out, and they weren't getting a lot of good shots in the paint.
Bride can't get that one to go. Lawyer with the board.
And Carmel's a team that Homestead could see later on there in the regionals, so a lot of good things happened in that game for Homestead.
A lot of people around the area like to talk about that Homestead-Carmel game. Travel on Kapowicki as he let that 3 go. Got it to go, but whistle before. Talking about that Homestead-Carmel game, it really is this game that a lot of people point to from the Indy area and the Fort Wayne area. The Indy area, often those people say, well, that game didn't really mean anything. It was early in the season. Carmel is a postseason team. But you really have to look at that score and just see how Homestead dominated that game.
Well, I mean, it can be shown as a boost of confidence for Homestead going into that matchup is, because there's always an intimidation level, right? Every time you go down and play an Indy team in a regional, there's intimidation. But Homestead beat Carmel by double digits. I mean, that's got to be somewhat of a confidence booster going in if you see him again in the regional.
Beating Carmel by double digits, that really says something. It's not something you just say and then move on. Especially for Homestead, that is a big deal. That's another turnover by Homestead. 2 straight offensive possessions ending in turnovers.
Yeah, Homestead, being a little loose with the basketball right now. Bad pass down low and getting away from them. And Norwell, they got to have an answer right here. If Homestead's going to turn the ball over on back-to-back possessions, you got to take advantage.
Low-scoring game so far between these two. Less than 90 seconds in this first quarter. Nobody's broken double digits quite yet. Just a style that both these teams don't really play. Both average above 60 points a game. McBride, deep 3. Yes, sir! Get the student section up. From the parking lot, McBride takes that one.
Yeah, finally he gets one to go.
And Lawyer follows the defensive switch. Norwell got caught napping.
Yeah, I mean, McBride, you saw him come down and hit a 3. He took 2 or 3 of them, from pretty deep and didn't get any of them to fall. Right there, he finally hits one, so we'll see if his confidence goes up throughout the game.
John Colbert with it, bounce pass, try to get it to Federspiel. Norwell keeps it back with him. Leighton Bailey. It looks like head coach Mike McBride is going to have the team hold. Don't want to give Luke McBride any space. Hezekiah showing that tight defense on number 24. Double teamed on the ground. Lawyer gets the ball after the steal. Fast break, tough one. Oh my! Jam out of nowhere. 3, no good. Grant Leaper boards. Oh wow! What a way to end the first. Grant Leaper putting a punctuation mark on that quarter.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Not only the final night for the seniors at Spartan Arena, but it is the final night any Spartan player will grace the hardwood of this gymnasium. Since 1970, the Spartans have called the old girl home. 52 years later, the final season is here. 326 all-time wins, 6 undefeated seasons at home. The triumph of Taj Curry's buzzer beater to win the SAC. The heartbreak of John Barnes Jr.'s three-quarter score heave. It's all happened here, and the community won't be the same without this gym.
Yeah, I mean, just a historic gymnasium, seen a lot of good things happen. You talked about one of them, John Barnes Jr. hitting a heartbreak 3 at the buzzer against Homestead. We've seen SAC titles won here. Taj Curry hitting a buzzer beater. I mean, a lot of good things have came down here, even hosting a couple sectionals, in the years past for girls basketball. So Homestead, Spartan Arena, definitely an end of an era.
Truly a historic gym. Last season was a great way to give this gym a little hoorah, going undefeated at home. It's been a fantastic place to play some basketball for the last 52 seasons.
Brayden, look at how it's ending.
Great send-off.
Packed house. Packed house here. I mean, great ending.
It's the most packed game all season, I would say, even more than the Snyder game. They really show up from Ossian, Indiana. They always do here at Spartan Arena.
Just a very good crowd to end it off here. And senior night helps out with that a lot. But a very good crowd to end the regular season with a great game, but, end of Spartan Arena.
It's a foul up in the air by Fania Zacuto. John Colbert, an 80% free throw shooter, at the line for 2 free throws.
As Zacuto tried to get in there and draw a charge. Official going to call it the other way, though, and give it to Ezecuto, but I thought Afani did a good job of getting himself set up.
This is that first free throw. He's a 2-sport athlete, plays basketball and football. Star defensive back, was named to the 2021 All-NEA team as a safety. And last season, he was an All-NEA honorable mention for basketball. Really a great all-around player.
Yeah, great player for Norwell. Look for him, hopefully to step up a little bit for Norwell. A player, if they need him to step up, hopefully he's the guy.
Ezekiel fouled hard by Luke McBride on the way up. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Shoots 45% on the season. As the postseason arrives, this team's going to rely heavily on him to succeed at the line. He's really improved his shooting at the line throughout this season as well.
I think what Homestead, you saw right there, they attack McBride and get him to a foul. That's his first, but, I'm sure Homestead would hope, if they keep getting that matchup down low and McBride's going to run with you all the way to the hoop, keep drawing contact, see if you can get him up, in the foul game.
That would be huge for Homestead. Luke McBride leads the team in scoring, assists, rebounds, highest three-point shooter, free throw shooter as well, 91%. He is the star of this team. Leads in 5 of the 6 major categories. Just a star player. Reverse layup, and guess who got it? Luke McBride. He's up to 5 points in this game. Bonnie Azakudo, nice feed to Lawyer. Nothing but space down low.
A good screen right there set. Gave Fletcher Lawyer the opportunity to break to the basket. Wide open. Nobody even close.
Jake Parker. Give to McBride, and Azakudo's there for the nice tip.
The Homestead defensively right now doing a great job. And look at the screen set right there by Andrew Leeper. Finds Fletcher Lawyer wide open. Just a great play set up right there by Homestead to answer to the McBride layup.
That's happened a few times so far this game where Homestead's gotten by the Norwell switch. There's been wide open players. Nice shot there by Luke McBride. He's up to 7 now. But Homestead hasn't really given these nice players that much space compared to what Norwell's been giving them on some of these possessions.
Yeah, Homestead defensively is stepping up. But right there, you saw McBride just pull up, and he hit it.
Grady swing in the right wing. One of 5 seniors for this team. In fact, the lineup on the floor right now is all 5 seniors. 3-ball Andrew Leeper, no good. That's going to be a foul on Max Schultz down low. Leighton Bailey going to let him hear it as those two are talking it up, and a technical foul on Leighton Bailey as he chirped a little too much at Max Schultz.
Yep, saw it right there. A foul called on Max Schultz. And Leighton Bailey, decided to give him a couple words, and official saw it and teed him up.
Coach Mike McBride talking with this player, making sure he knows you don't do that. The officials were all over that from the get-go. And you can see right when the whistle was blown, the foul was called. Leighton Bailey was right up to his face.
Well, you saw Leighton Bailey give, Schultz the point, get down the floor, and the official broke right to it. And, Bailey didn't stop, so official called technical.
Lawyer here shooting the free throws for Homestead. Best free throw shooter on the team. So might as well have him be the one to get 2 points. Just a critical mistake by Norwell. Unnecessary, too.
Well, because think about where you go from. You had a Max Schultz foul, so you're going up the court, but now you got a technical foul, and Homestead gets the ball back. Change of momentum in this game right here.
And they get 2 points. Big change in momentum. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Now Spartans are up 6. If they get something here that could change the momentum even more. Andrew Leeper fouled. He's going to the line for 2 free throws. A 73% free throw shooter. Homestead's going to be able to get some points here.
I like that play right there. Homestead drives to the left. They have the open guy for 3. A guy break him towards him. But guess what? They got enough confidence to go right down low to Andrew Leeper, and he attacks the hoop and draws a foul.
Andrew Leeper recently committed to Hope College on the 18th of January. He's a star player. He's played varsity all 4 years of his career. One of 2 returning starters from last season. The season high this year, 20 points. He's also gotten 13 rebounds in a game. Homestead's not going to be the same without his presence down low.
I mean, definitely a big-time player. We saw him not play in 1 game, and Homestead lost that there against Fishers. Andrew Leeper is a big presence down there, rebounding-wise, and then obviously driving to the hoop and being able to finish.
Brody Bowen stuck on a pivot foot. McBride hesitation towards the free throw line. He'll take one there. Off the iron. No good, and Grady swings there.
Homestead got a little lucky right there. McBride normally hits those shots. You're not putting a hand up on him. He's going to drain it, but right there he misses it.
Whistle blown. It's going to be a foul on Norwell. Call it on Jake Parker, his first, team 6th. 1 away from sending Homestead to the bonus here with 5:17 left in the second quarter.
We see Norwell right now, just trying to trap Homestead, but, Homestead's working their way down to the paint.
Andrew Leeper right there working his way down there. And a timeout by the Knights as Homestead gets up to double digits.
Yeah, just a change of events right there. We saw a technical foul, which led to Homestead getting 2 free points, and they got the ball back and drew another foul. Homestead working it right now, got their lead up to 10.
The Spartans in this second quarter have been electric. Now up 10 points. Norwell is one foul away from giving Homestead the bonus, which would be even more of an advantage for the Spartans. Seems like right now the momentum is on the Spartan side of the floor.
Yeah, right now they're doing a good job of getting down low, finding Leaper. We saw Grant Leaper finish the first quarter with a big dunk. But right now it's going down to Andrew Leaper, and he's working it down low and drawing a couple fouls and even laying some in.
Knights down 10. Just about 5 minutes left in this first half. You got to think they've got to get something going, some kind of run before halftime to really have some momentum to work with.
Well, tough right now. Coach McBride put Leighton Bailey on the bench after that technical foul. He hasn't, came in the game since, and he's a big three-point shooter for them. So it's going to be interesting to see what Norwell can do without him.
42% three-point shooter. That Coach McBride is deciding to sit down, but Leighton Bailey actually looks like he's going to check back in. Lawyer step up three. In and out, rolled around, and Boland's there for the bowl. Cohen Bailey, give, McBride, D3. And he left that one way short. And the Spartan student section going to let him know.
Well, I think right there, not that it's panic time or anything down by 10 in the second quarter, but looked like that was a little bit of a forced shot coming from McBride. Obviously had a little bit of space there, but just a deep three and maybe a little bit out of range for him.
Kapowicki in the right wing, Lawyer, some space, hesitation, moves inside, tough one, and he is fouled going up for 2 free throws. Nothing but traffic down in the paint, but he draws that foul, and now Homestead's in the bonus.
Good drive right there by Fletcher Lawyer. We see him, he's always had that bulldog mentality. I'm not afraid to take it to the hoop right there. He does the same thing and takes one to the hoop and draws a foul.
He's up to 9 points in this game, playing a solid one despite he missed all of his three-pointers so far, 0 of 2 from beyond. Still putting up the points, him and Kapowicki. Makes the second one, too, as Lawyer's up to double digits. Leighton Bailey crossed the timeline as he's back in this game. McBride moves inside on swing. That's a foul on the Spartans. Call that one on Grady's swing. Left his elbow a little too strong for Luke McBride. And checking in for the Spartans is senior Max Schultz as he's in for Grady's swing.
Obviously, McBride, you take one technical foul, but he didn't take 2, so you get lucky right there. We saw Lawrence Norris, CJ Gunn, get a double tech and ejected, and now he can't play in the sectional. So, McBride didn't go that far, and that's good for Norwell.
There's a three by Leighton Bailey. Checks in the game and hits one. Andrew Leaper, left wing, now Lawyer. Gives Kapowicki, deep in the perimeter. Schultz, dump down low, Lawyer. McBride trying the double team, gets it out, Andrew Leaper 3, rolls around, no good. Grant Leaper almost got the board. Out on Luke McBride, it'll stay with the Spartans.
And just a lucky bounce right there by Homestead. Saw Grant Leaper breaking for the ball, tried to get a hand on it, and then McBride bounces it out.
Andrew Leaper, he missed the layup, gets a second chance, can't get that one. Third chance, no good. Kapowicki gets it, and a foul called on the Knights. Andrew Leaper is shocked by that. Kapowicki to the line for 2 free throws.
It seemed like when Leaper went up for the first one, Norwell thought he made it. I saw 2 Norwell players trying to break down to the other side. That's how Leaper got the rebound on that first one. So I think Norwell thought Leaper made an easy bucket, but he missed that one and was able to get a rebound and create a foul opportunity there for Homestead.
Andrew Leaper's face after those missed layups, he really couldn't believe he missed them. He was probably thinking there's got to be a seal over the basket. How did those not go in? Leighton Bailey on offense for the Knights. Between the rings, bounce pass. Beat defender Spiel. Knock out Leighton Bailey. Plays with his brother Cohen Bailey. Lee Bailey, number 22. Cohen Bailey, number 20. Comes off the bench for this team. Colbert stuck on a pivot foot, trying to find somebody. He finds Leighton Bailey. Baseline feed. Parker, no space. Now McBride. Leighton Bailey, 3-ball. Swish! Leighton Bailey, 2 straight 3-balls. He's up to 6 points.
Yeah, here goes Norwell battling back into this game. Bailey getting in there with 2 threes of his own. Finally getting the Norwell student section up, and your parents are getting into it on that side.
Whistle blown, and that's going to be a foul on Federspiel. Wrapped his arms around Grant Leeper. 1-1 coming up.
Yeah, Grant Leeper obviously trying to be a dominant force down there, and Norwell struggling with that. Obviously a bigger player, biggest one out there on the court, and Norwell struggling with it, so right there, they draw a foul on him.
First free throw good by Grant Leeper. He's really been able to improve his free throw shooting this season. He started off in the 30s. Now he's up to the 45% range. Shooting way better in the second half of the season from the charity stripe. Leighton Bailey thought about another one. Trying to make a few moves to get space. Gives to McBride now. Look at Bailey. He's asking for the ball. He wants another one. Feed. Look out. Oh, Federspiel couldn't finish. And Kalpawiki takes it cross court for the Spartans.
The Norwell crowd would have went crazy if he'd have finished that bucket right there.
Lawyer, nice one. Stepping back.
Lawyer's up to 12 points. A little bit quiet right there. Coming up for Fletcher Lawyer. Up to double digits right now for Homestead. He'll lead by 11.
Whistle blown. That's a foul on Homestead. Called that one on. Afani Ezecudo is first. So an inbound coming up for the Knights. Talk about Fletcher Lawyer having a quiet 12 points. It seems like every game he has a quiet amount of high-quality points. Just seems to be the normal here for Homestead that he puts up. Oh, no. That was a deep 3-ball by Leighton Bailey. Would have called it a heat check if he wasn't completely guarded.
Oh, I still think he was going for the heat check right there, Brayden. I mean, obviously feeling it after hitting 2 threes, and he wanted the basketball. He was calling for it last possession. So when he got it, there was no way he wasn't going to shoot it.
Coach McBride probably would rather him wait for a better shot. They'll get the ball back, though. That ball was off of Afani Ezecudo.
I mean, right now for Norwell, I think it's big for them down double digits is you want to cut into this lead right before halftime. You don't want to see down double digits.
McBride, and that pass was going nowhere as Ezecudo's right there. Schiltz, tough one, and one. Wow, he took the contact and ran with it.
Good and one right there. Look at Max Schiltz just breaking for the hoop. He's taking the contact and getting the and one. Good finish for Max Schiltz.
A little conversation between the official and Coach Johnson and Max Schiltz over something. Appears as though nothing will change. What an and one by Max Schiltz. When he took that contact, you thought, no way he's going to get that one. That was a lot of contact, and he still finishes. That's just the amount of strength that he has.
I think right there, maybe just a little bit of a warning, just trying to talk him down. Obviously don't want to see him get too fired up. And we saw, a chant coming from Norwell, and Max Schiltz blew Norwell student section a kiss after that made free throw.
Luke McBride moving in. Tough shot. And he is fouled. Call that on Grant Leeper down low. His first, team's 5th. Luke McBride, a 91% free throw shooter at the line.
Up to 15 fouls called here in the first half. Obviously the officials not letting a lot of things go out here.
Makes that first free throw. Luke McBride is an aggressive player. Puts everything out there. You can see it when he has the ball. He's always trying to create space, always moving around quickly off the ball, always trying to cut inside, hit a 3-ball. He's an all-around great player.
Yeah, a great player coming out of Norwell, cutting into their lead, down by double digits. Not what you want to see before halftime, but just a gritty player out there for Norwell.
Homestead's going to hold here, more than likely for the final shot of this first half. So barring some craziness, this could stay a double-digit game. And coming up is the OPS halftime report. Anthony Gery and Noah Johanningsmeier will be with you on the side of the court. 3 seconds left. Lawyer foul. And the Norwell fans are not going to like that. So that's a foul on Jake Parker, his second.
Brayden, I think we're going to look at, big takeaways coming out of here from the first half. Obviously, Anthony Gery and Noah Johanningsmeier are going to break it down for us, for the halftime report. But, just one of the big things coming out of the first half is, Norwell averages up to 60 points a game. They're under 20 heading into halftime. Homestead defensively standing out.
This really has been a phenomenal performance. Fletcher Lawyer looked confused. He was knocked down after the charity stripe. Cohen Bailey all alone, shot at half court. Way too strong, and the first half ends with the Spartans up 33-19 over the Norwell Knights. They're up double digits against this squad. And let's send it down to sideline reporter Nisha Lalria, who's with Coach Johnson.
Thanks, Brayden. I'm here with Coach Johnson. And Coach, at the half, your team leads by 14. What were your impressions of your team's play in the first half?
Well, for the most part, defensively, we're doing what we want to do. We're trying to run them off the three-point line. They made a couple tough threes. Give them credit for that. But defensively, I'm pretty pleased where we are.
All right, thank you. Brayden?
Thank you, Nisha. He said he's pretty pleased with how the defense is right now. 19 points allowed in one half. They're really stepping up. Homestead leads 33-19. OPS halftime report coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza. Located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
This is the OPS Halftime Report.
Welcome to the OPS Halftime Report. I'm Anthony Gery alongside sports analyst Noah Johanningsmeier. And Noah, how about that first half defensively from the Spartans? They held a team that averages over 60 a game to only 19 points in the first half.
Yeah, and it was really everyone on the Spartans playing great defense. All 5 guys out there were locked in, playing hard and just playing aggressive, forcing turnovers, and did not let the Knights get comfortable whatsoever.
And the momentum shift as soon as it felt like Norwell was starting to come back into this game right at the end of the first quarter. Grant Leaper with the putback slam. That was just an exclamation mark, and it feels like this Spartan crowd has just been feeding off the energy ever since.
Yeah, Norwell got some momentum going, but that putback slam really was the momentum shifter that got things going back for the Spartans.
Now we're going to take a look at our stats from the first half of this game, and Homestead not having their best three-point shooting night of the entire season, as well as Norwell, but they still hold the large 14-point lead.
Yeah, really, when you look at the stats, the only difference you can really see is just the free throws. Homestead 14 for 15, and then Norwell only 2 for 4, and then the field goal percentage. Norwell 33% due to that Homestead elite defense, and then Homestead shooting a nice 45%.
And yeah, you said the free throws. That is 12 of the 14-point difference right there. Homestead, 14 free throws made compared to Norwell's only 2. The Spartans are doing a really good job of getting to the line tonight.
Yeah, the Spartans just attacking the basket, being able to force the Norwell Knights into doing whatever they have to.
Now we're going to take a look at our scores from around the SAC. And right now it is SAC versus opponent night. And right now it looks like the SAC not having their best possible night.
Yeah, overall not having their best basketball night, but how about Southside playing against the top team in the state, and in the third quarter, they are only down by 2 points against Blackhawk.
Very low-scoring game, especially considering Southside is a very offensively powerful team. Carroll, another surprising score. The 2-win SAC team finished at the bottom of the rankings, knotted up with Warsaw.
Yeah, Carroll right now, they are playing good basketball. A week ago, they played against Homestead, really struggled, but since then, they lost the game by 1 in overtime and then won a game, and right now they're playing close against Warsaw. They're really starting to get their season turned around.
The really surprising ones is Columbia City dominating over Concordia, a team that finished 3rd in the SAC, and then Snyder having an uncharacteristic game, down by 7 to Marion.
Yeah, playing against Marion, you would think the Panthers would be able to get out and in transition and score a lot of points, and they have been able to put up a decent number with 24, but trailing against Marion, a bit of a surprise for the Panthers.
And now we're going to take a look at some of our SAC headlines, starting with girls basketball coach Rod Parker, who has been named as the all-star coach for the state of Indiana. They'll play against Kentucky coming up here in June.
Yeah, Coach Parker deserves that. He is a great coach and has really stepped up and helped this Homestead program build up to what it is now.
And although the Spartans fell short this year, the way that he functioned his team to being only a 1-loss regular season team, he worked it around Ayala Patterson. His coaching styles were so effective, and now he's being honored for that.
Yeah, he just was a phenomenal coach all season long and really helped this team to that dominant regular season performance and then helped them get to the regionals.
And our second SAC headline is, well, the selection show is coming up in Noah. It's going to be very important for these SAC teams. We have a couple rematches in the sectional, but they're going to have some tough games ahead of them.
Yeah, it's going to be very intriguing looking at this sectional for the Spartans.
The Spartan sectional, they will have to play Huntington North, the hometown crowd, who always brings a large crowd in game 1. They get past that. Then they have to play New Haven, a team they struggle to, and a very hot team. And then if all things go accordingly, they will probably have to play Southside, a team that, again, they struggled against.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for the Spartans, and they have played all of these opponents in their sectional, so they're familiar with all of them. Huntington North and New Haven, Southside, those are all teams that could truly go out and challenge the Spartans. And then looking at the DeKalb sectional, you see those 4 different SAC teams. They are all going to be playing great basketball. We see Carroll playing hot right now, and this could be an interesting sectional.
It could certainly be. We're going to find out who makes it to that Logansport regional between the 2 teams. Snyder Northside, of course, an SAC game. But, man, I'm excited to see these sectionals.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch postseason basketball in the state of Indiana.
And Noah, as we get ready for the second half, what do you think Norwell needs to do to get back in this game?
I mean, they really have to get things going on the offensive end. They need to be able to get McBride comfortable on offense, get some setup plays for him, and get him going, get his game flowing, and they can get back in this one.
That's going to do it for the OPS halftime report. Thank you for watching, and stick around for the second half of play.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena after one half of play. Homestead leads 33-19 over the Norwell Knights. I'm Brayden Carroll, joined by color commentator Chris Kohrman. And Chris, Homestead off to a great start, 33 points in one half, holding the Knights to below 20.
Great defensive show coming from Homestead out here in the first half. They look good going against Norwell, obviously a team that puts up to 60 points per game. So defensively, I thought Homestead looked great, playing a little bit of a trap defense, playing physical.
Luke McBride, a tough shot. No way, he got it. Oh my goodness. Setting the tone to this second half with a wild one.
Absolutely contact right there. He jumps into it, and he finishes at the hoop with a nice jump shot after contact. I mean, that's just a good athletic shot right there coming from McBride.
Nice shot. I mean, that is a tough one to do with contact. Moves around, gets his own space, hits it off the glass. And suddenly it's an 11-point game. Andrew Leeper gives to Kapowicki. Now Lawyer with it. He's had a great 14-point game, make it 16. William Bailey, give it to McBride. Double team by Swing and Grant Leeper. McBride gets some space, moves inside. Out to Leighton Bailey, deep three ball. Yes! Leighton Bailey. Does he know how far away he is from the arc? He shoots NBA line only.
Leighton Bailey, a great three-point shooter. For Norwell, I've seen him do it all year long, and right here he's picked it up. That's his third on the night.
And all of them have been from way beyond. Lawyer can't respond, and Bowen's there for the board. Luke McBride, speed change, hesitation stop, now Bowen with it. He feeds to Jake Parker. Luke Graft with it, moving towards the baseline, spins around Andrew Leeper, bounce past Bowen. Hezzy, shot up, and good! Both Leapers going up for the block, and Bowen still finishes.
Norwell fans coming to their feet, trying to get Norwell back in this game, bringing the noise over there on that side.
Just an 8-point game. Fletcher Lawyer, three ball. Yes! Big response by Fletcher Lawyer over Jake Parker.
And that quiets the Norwell side of the court right there. Just a great answer coming from Fletcher Lawyer.
Whistle blown. Off-ball foul by the Spartans. Grady Swing called for that one. I don't know about you, Chris, but my eye is on Leighton Bailey right now. Because you know that if he gets the ball from way beyond, he's not afraid to just pop a shot. And Grady swing. Nice steal there. Picked McBride's pocket. He'll get a 3-ball. Way too strong, and the student section is going to let him know what it is. McBride, step up. No good, and Kapowicki is there.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the shot you settle for right there. You're trying to come back in the game. And obviously, you do have some range, but just a tough shot right there by McBride.
Ooh, and an offensive foul called on Fletcher Lawyer. Bolin closed the gap between him and the baseline. Not foul, but out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought Bolin right there just trying to create contact, and Fletch stepped into it and got the contact, but no official going to let that one go.
Leighton Bailey, you knew he was going to take that. Yeah! Leighton Bailey! Keep on shooting your shots. He's up to 12, and the student section's up.
And the parents are up too. Norwell bringing the noise here in Spartan Arena.
What a fiery game from beyond the arc he's having. Leighton Bailey, the energy of this team right now. Grant Leeper, guarded by Bolin. Moves around, turnaround shot, no good. Whistle blown, and a foul on the Spartans. Going for the board.
Yeah, obviously there in the first half, we saw Norwell up to double-digit fouls. Seems like Homestead's team heading in that direction. Right there, you see McBride. He's got range, and he hits a 3.
Leighton Bailey is going to take this inbound. You know he wants a 3-ball, too. You know he wants to take one. Here, McBride.
Well, look at Bailey over there. And Bailey's going to sit in the corner. He's going to run up. He's going to call for it.
McBride, double teamed, finds him. Hesitation. Moves inside instead. Tough shot, out of bounds. It'll be Norwell ball.
You saw what Kapowicki did right there. As soon as Bailey got the ball on the outside, he was jumping. He's not going to let that shot go. Obviously, Bailey got to make a move to get open.
Watch out for McBride. Schultz closes on him. Tough one, and he gets it at the mid-range. The Norwell Knights are on their feet. McBride's up to 14.
Homestead just got to settle in. Been up all game. You're still up right now. Just got to stay calm, settle in here, and hit a big shot, get an answer.
Lawyer in the left wing. Guarded by Colbert. Moving inside. Layup. Got it to go. Leighton Bailey. You knew he wanted a 3. Almost took it. Ezecuto was there. Bounce pass, Bailey. It's back to McBride. Ball on the ground. He keeps it with him. Bailey saves it. Oh, and he hit that deep 3, but before he could take it, a timeout called by McBride. And I bet he wishes he could have that one back.
I mean, I think that would have brought the Norwell fans out of the gym. I mean, that would have been a huge 3 right there coming from Bailey. Coach takes timeout.
That's one of those situations where the coach is ready to call the timeout, doesn't expect much. He played it smart. He played that smart. Coach McBride did. Just unfortunate that Bailey got the ball from the pile and hit a crazy 3-pointer.
Let's just go with a little bit of a random fact, Brayden. I don't know if you remember this. We were at the Hall of Fame tournament. It was Westfield and Connersville, and Westfield had a breakaway. They were up 2, and before they could sink it in to go up by double digits, coach called timeout. And it's the same situation right here. Obviously, something good happens, but coach calls a timeout. Obviously, coach has something going on in his mind that he wants to come out with. Well, there's always something else that comes out.
I remember that, and it was such a bummer for the crowd. It always is. The crowd always goes, oh, why did you call the timeout? Because they don't see it from the coach's perspective. The coach thinks, well, I had to. Also be a turnover. The jump ball called as Ezecuto forces one. Possession arrow points with Homestead.
Yeah, Westfield fans thinking that was going to be the turning point They had Connorsville coming back on them. Westfield just got up 2 and they forced a turnover. Coach called timeout right there, and same example right there. Bailey hits a 3 right in front of the coach, and he decided to take a timeout.
Lawyer, three-pointer, swish! Big one by Fletcher Lawyer.
Now Bailey's not going to be the only one out here shooting a deep 3 right there. Fletcher Lawyer answers, coming back with one. Homestead's leads back up to double digits.
McBride trying to create his own space. Bounce pass Bolin. Now Bailey with it. Ezecuto once again there for some great defense.
Good aggressive defense right there coming from Ezecuto. Saw Bailey trying to break to the corner there. Maybe was going to look to take the corner 3, but Ezecuto jumps to it, takes the steal away, but Norwell gets it back.
McBride takes the inbound. Stuck, double teamed. Ball out. Foul on Homestead. Reach in on Max Schultz.
That's a tough one right there because you get the player trapped on the pivot foot and he can't move. It really feels like, do you really have to reach him right there? Just let him, just surround him and give him no option to go with.
McBride takes the inbound from Bailey. Once again, trying to create his own space. Foul called. That one is on Max Schultz again. He is up to his 3rd foul.
A tough one right there coming from Max Schultz. Just an aggressive play. And we saw that there in the first half. Just an aggressive play. Officials obviously been known this game to not let little things like that go.
Leighton Bailey. He's a deep shooter. He feeds Parker back to Bailey. Moves inside on Ezecuto. Tough layup. Left it too strong, but he's fouled. And has yet another foul on the Spartans, the 6th of this second half. 2:17 left, and Norwell could be at the bonus by the end of this quarter.
Yeah, 6-0 right now in the foul department here in the second half, and it's like the opposite we saw in the first half. We saw Norwell up by 10. They were in the foul standpoint for a second, and right now you're at 6-0.
First free throw good by the 85% free throw shooter. He was named to the All-NE8 second team last season. Great player, averages 13 points a game. He has shown his talent in this one above his season average with 14. Just a 9-point game here at Spartan Arena. We thank you for joining this one. Lawyer, nice step back mid-ranger. Play across the court, Leighton Bailey to McBride, stuck at the baseline. And a foul called on the Spartans. So with 2:01 left in this third quarter, 10 minutes left in this game, Norwell is in the bonus.
And Norwell in the bonus. Norwell has 0 fouls this second half. So obviously a change of events. And Norwell, right now you got to take advantage of it, right? You're down by double digits right there. They don't take advantage of it.
But they get the offensive board. Deep 3 by Leighton Bailey! Stop it! No fear! 17 big ones in this game by Bailey. Kapowicki can't respond. Whistle blown. Norwell will have possession. Foul on Kyron Kapowicki. 1-1 coming up for the Knights.
And look at that right there. McBride steps up, hits it too, but we saw Leighton Bailey pull up from the parking lot and banked it in. And then we come down the court here. We see 4 defenders going for a rebound, and it goes against Homestead. And now Norwell's going to free throw.
That shot wasn't just from the parking lot, Chris. That was from Ossian, Indiana. That was from Wells County. What a 3-ball. And you looked at that and you said, oh, that's too strong. And then it got to the point where it was close enough, and I said, you know what? He's going to bank that in. And he did. 17 points. He and McBride are on a roll. That's the 15th point for Luke McBride. They have, get this, 32 of Norwell's 38 points.
Let's steal a line. Homestead potentially going to play at the regional in the Berry Bowl. They got a historic PA guy. And that shot was from downtown Ossian right there from Leighton Bailey.
And what is the Homestead response? A 6-point game. Whistle blown. And that is the first foul on Norwell in this second half.
Obviously, Homestead fans over there clapping up. They're thinking, finally, we get a call there in the third quarter. But right now, Homestead, like you said, Brayden, they got to respond. Leighton Bailey and McBride are taking over.
Lawyer, tough shot, but he still gets it. Ice cold. Leighton Bailey, he's been ice cold too. He might just take one. McBride, left wing. Bailey, guarded by Schultz. Steps back, stuck on a pivot foot. Bounce pass, barely gets it to Kraft. That is a foul on Fletcher Lawyer. Luke Kraft, a 55% free throw shooter at the line, and Homestead is one foul away from giving Norwell the double bonus.
Obviously, Homestead, you got to give a couple inches right here on defense. Officials getting nitpicky here in the second half with the close contact fouls. Homestead trying to play aggressive defense.
Another offensive board off of the free throw missed by the Knights. That time it's Federspiel there. Leighton Bailey feeds Federspiel. Moving in on the baseline. Tried to get it to McBride. Lawyer jumps it, intercepted. 40 seconds left. Homestead would be wise to hold here for the final shot, given Norwell being able to roll in this third quarter.
And you don't want to see Norwell come back any closer to this game right now. Just settle for it. You might get up double digits here if you hit one, but if you don't, it's going to keep Norwell off the scoreboard.
20 seconds left in this third quarter. Ooh, almost a steal there by Luke Kraft. Instead, it's going to be a foul on him. Reach in on Max Schultz. Luke Kraft was the one called for his third foul. So he enters foul trouble. John Colbert going to check in for Parker.
Yeah, it'd be great right here if you're Homestead to hit a shot, go up by 10, maybe 11 here to enter, a big fourth quarter coming up.
Lawyer hanging around the perimeter. 10 seconds left in this third quarter. With McBride guarding. Lawyer inside, fouled hard. The shot will not count. The shot will not be called as a shooting foul. Baseline inbound coming up, 4.9 left in the third. Lawyer takes the inbound. McBride guarding, tough shot in the corner, and he is fouled. Leaves time on the clock, but Lawyer getting 3 free throws out of this.
And they're going to call that one a shooting foul. They're going to give Homestead the shooting foul now on this one. 3 free throws coming up.
Lawyer is a dominant free throw shooter. Homestead could very well walk out this third quarter with a double-digit lead despite all the damage Norwell's done. What a game so far Lawyer's had. Nearing 30 points if he can hit this next free throw, and he's perfect from the stripe.
Not that, a double-digit lead's going to take you out of it heading into the fourth quarter, but, what a damper this could put on for Norwell heading in. If he makes this one down 11, obviously a potential half-court shot make coming from Norwell, but, down 11 points, it could take a little bit of energy out of the Norwell side heading into the fourth quarter.
If I'm Coach McBride, Luke McBride, Leighton Bailey, they're staying in the game the rest of the way.
And you put no limits on them, right, heading into the fourth.
Tough shot by Cohen Bailey, way too strong. Final stanza coming up. Homestead leads 11, but the Knights, they have some fire.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena. 8 minutes on the clock. Homestead leads by 11. And it's almost a surprise that they lead by 11 points because Norwell was really on a tear in that third quarter, but Homestead just ended perfect way, getting 3 free throws from a Lawyer shot. He was fouled by Luke McBride. And Chris, it looks like you got a shirt as the cheerleaders threw some up.
Yeah, cheerleaders were tossing up the T-shirts, and I caught one. So that's how we enter the fourth quarter.
11-point lead for Homestead and a smile on Chris Kohrman's face. Luke McBride with it for the Knights. He's been trying to create his own space every time he's at the perimeter in this game. Same with Leighton Bailey. Moves around Schiltz, double teamed. Spins around, somehow creates space, can't get it to go, and Kalpawiki is there. Swing. Schiltz with it. Lawyer in the left wing. Fine swing, baseline, nice. Backdoor pass, Kalpawiki, Schiltz, 3-ball. Left it short, rebound by Graft. And a foul on Kyron Kalpawiki. Norwell is now in the double bonus.
You know, Brayden, I think something that we're going to see here in the fourth quarter. Obviously, down 11, it's not that big, right? But every possession is critical now for Norwell. I think every possession, you got to get on the scoreboard here to get back in this game, and you got to play well defensively.
Luke Graft at the line, star football player. Past season was a first-team All-NDA running back and an All-State Class 3A linebacker. That's 2 different positions that he was receiving honors for. That's the kind of player he is in football. Great player in basketball, too, right now. So he's helping Norwell in a big way. They really need that free throw there.
And Norwell's free throw shooting seems to be a little bit off tonight. They missed a couple crucial ones trying to get back in the game.
Kalpawiki left it too strong, and Boland's there for the board. Talk about strength. Big 270-pound lineman with the board. McBride finds Boland. Hesitation. Give to McBride. Moves inside. Tough layup off the glass. Into the cup. It is a single-digit game again.
And Norwell not going away in this matchup no matter how much Homestead gets up by Norwell. A lot of fight left in this team.
Schiltz in the right wing. Feed to Lawyer. Guarded by Parker. 3-ball. Swish! Fletcher Lawyer. Unconscious from beyond. He's got 34 points. 3 away from tying his season high.
Again, that's quiet. Brayden, I didn't realize, he's up to 34 points. Just a quiet night coming from Fletcher Lawyer, but he's up there with 34.
Leighton Bailey couldn't get that one to go. Lawyer, step up 3. Left it short. Grant Leaper there for the board, and he is fouled on the way up. Give him 2 free throws.
You see a couple of Homestead coaches down there laughing after that Fletcher Lawyer shot. Obviously, a little bit of a heat check. He gets up to 34, and he wants to get to that 37. You see a couple coaches down there laughing about it.
Grant Leaper to the line here. Makes that first one. Every free throw counts. Looking at some scores in the SAC. Out of SAC teams right now, really dominating. Blackhawk up against Southside. Warsaw up against Carroll. Columbia City against Concordia. Marion close with Snyder.
Well, Snyder finally realized that, they were down by 7. They finally worked their way back into that game. A little bit surprising there. Marion, one of the teams on the decline this season. Snyder struggling with them. Now they're up by 1. And we saw Carroll and Warsaw, they were tied, but Warsaw has since pulled away from Carroll.
Jake Parker bounced past McBride. Tough layup. Grant Leaper blocks. And one by Norwell. A disaster by Homestead as Grant Leaper tried to save the ball. Ended up right in the hands of, I believe, McBride, and they saved it to Luke Graft. And he got it with the foul. Max Schiltz, that's his 4th foul. Wild.
Not much else you could do right there for Max Schiltz defensively.
Another offensive board. Leighton Bailey almost got it. Oh my goodness, Spartan Arena would have jumped if he got that. Max Schiltz, tough one. He finishes with the foul. Max Schiltz, The big linebacker. He's got that strength.
That's how you do it right there. You draw your 4th foul. Guess what? You go down there and get an AM1 yourself. Great finish at the bucket by a Bulldog mentality right there, Max Schultz.
He has got 5 points in this one. McBride with the board for Norwell. Man, they need a response down 13. They need that 3-point shooting from the third to come back. McBride finds Parker. 3. Left it too strong. Lawyer with the rebound. Bounce pass. Grant Leaper in transition. And left it a little too far for him to catch it.
And right now, Brady, you talk about Norwell needs a 3. Got to be crucial right here. They need a shot to answer, and they need a shot to get their crowd back into it. I think they do that. Get a little bit of momentum shifting their way. This could come down to a tight one.
McBride, guarded by Schultz, moves toward the baseline, double teamed out to Bolin, and off McBride. He falls to his feet, and that's a foul on Homestead. As Grant Leaper fell upon him as he slipped. Luke McBride is not the man you want to send to the line. 91% free throw shooter.
Yeah, the best on Norwell right there is McBride at the free throw line. You know, these are crucial right here. Got to keep Norwell in this one. You know, these are the free throws that'll do it.
First free throw, good by McBride. Looking ahead at the sectional coming up next week, Homestead, they play on Tuesday. The first game against Huntington North, if they win, they got New Haven. If they can beat the Bulldogs, then they're on to face either Southside, Columbia City, or Wayne.
Homestead starting off with Huntington North at Huntington North. You know that place is going to be rocking come Tuesday night. There's not really a whole lot of teams that hate Homestead more than Huntington North.
Tuesday at 6, WCYT.org or 91.1 FM. Don't want to miss it. Postseason play is always fun to watch in the state of Indiana. Whistle blown, and that is a foul on Norwell, which puts Homestead in the bonus now. They'll call that on Jake Parker, his 4th foul, 1-and-1 here for Fletcher Lawyer.
Good take right there. We see a Bulldog mentality coming from Fletcher Lawyer. Right now you see him 34 points, 27 points per game average for Fletcher Lawyer.
He is nearing his season high on senior night. He's got 35. His season high is 37, which he got against Wayne. He's at 36 now. Leighton Bailey was electric so far in this game. They need something from him or McBride. Luke Graff deep in the left wing. Give to McBride. Fondy Escudo shutting him down. Down low, Colbert. Shot by Bolin off the glass and into the basket. 11-point game as Norwell trying to cut back into this.
Yeah, here comes that press defense. Obviously down 11 with 3 to go. You got to put pressure on them and see if you can't force a couple turnovers.
Or couple dribble moves. Fails one out to Kapowicki, and he gets it. Had nothing but space. Leighton Bailey cross timeline for the Knights. He'll feed Colbert. Colbert looking for McBride, finds him. Escudo still great defense, and Grant Leaper ends up with the steal. He gives Kapowicki, moving inside, tough one over Bailey, gets it to go with a kiss. Homestead up 15. Leighton Bailey, wild pass to Colbert. Back to Bailey on the baseline. That's a foul on Fletcher Lawyer as he reached in.
Yeah, Bailey's just trying to give himself a little bit of space to take a deep 3. Haven't seen him do that, recently, and I think that's what Norwell needs. They want to get back in this game. He's got to start shooting the deep ones.
Leighton Bailey, who's got 17 points in this game, hasn't made much noise so far in this 4th quarter. Coach McBride needs him to be back on track from beyond the arc. It seems like maybe you lost that fire that he gained in the 3rd quarter. These free throws might be able to help him with his confidence. 'Cause, man, he was pulling away from far out and hidden.
Yeah, like we said, here comes a little bit of a press defense. Gonna look to trap whoever has the ball, and it's gonna force it with 3 minutes left. Norwell's got to bring it when you're down double digits.
Grant Leeper in the left wing feeds a Lawyer. Heads in, lost the ball, and he is fouled.
The energy feels like it has been sucked out of this place. It feels like it a little bit. Not really sides getting too loud. Norwell not making a comeback right now, so their crowd's a little bit out of it. Just seems like the gym has quieted in energy.
He can't hit that free throw. We've tied a season high. Now McBride with it. Feeds out to Colbert. Bounce pass. Bowen. Mid-range jumper. Too strong. Rebound Grant Leeper. 2:37 left in this game. Lawyer, step up three for the season high. No good. Rebound on the ground. McBride ends up with it. Quick cross the court. Spins around Ezekudo. Double teamed. Can't get one safely. Andrew Leeper hit hard as he was attempting to gather that steal. That is a hard foul.
Linebacker hit coming through right there on Andrew Leeper. Obviously a tough foul. Good to see him get up from some tough contact.
Andrew Leeper at the line for the 1-and-1. Yes, 4 points in this game. Team feels pretty safe right now. Up 13, 2:19 left. Can't hit that free throw. McBride has it for the Knights. Layton Bailey with it. He really is frozen for beyond the arc in this fourth quarter. Ball up in the air again. And that is a foul on Fletcher Lawyer. His third foul. To the line goes Luke Kraft.
Right now it seems like the only way Norwell has gotten points on the board recently is free throw shooting. They've been here a couple times and they've gotten points off of it. And like we saw in the third quarter, they were shooting the big time threes. They were getting their crowd into it. Seems like here in the fourth quarter they came out. They weren't able to hit the big threes. They weren't able to get the crowd back into it and get them on their feet.
Norwell isn't completely out of it, but they're going to need a lot of help. They need that free throw too. 4-possession game. Homestead leads 12. Fletcher Lawyer with it. 1 point away from tying his season high. He wants to get some points here. He has it down near the paint. Out to Kalpawiki. Moves inside, off the glass, into the basket. That's a big shot to really seal this one, possibly. Layton Bailey thought about a three ball there. Steps back, give to McBride. He'll take a deep one. No good, almost a wedgie. Lawyer with the board. Kalpawiki in transition. Grant Leeper shot up and one. And the Norwell side is silent. And checking the next game for Homestead, coming against Huntington North. That'll be Tuesday, March 1st, 6 p.m. WCYT or 91.1 FM if you're listening on radio.
You see that the lineup that Coach Johnson's going to throw out here. It's all 5 seniors out there.
Max Schultz going to have to wait as Grant Leeper, a junior, is at the line. A Fletcher Lawyer, Brady Swing, Andrew Leeper, and Afani Ezekudo out there.
Obviously, Coach Johnson knows that when he puts all 5 in, he's going to clear the bench and going to have everybody go off, one last time.
And McBride has taken out his leading scorers, Luke McBride and Layton Bailey. And now Max Schultz will check in. All 5 seniors in to share one final 84 seconds at Spartan Arena.
Yep, and you see what Coach Johnson's doing. Coach Johnson getting the bench. Gonna have them check in. Like I said, Brayden go for one last time out here, 5 seniors.
Shot up by Colbert. Good, got it with some contact. here comes the substitutions. Spartans, Grady Swing, Afania Zacuto, Fletcher Lawyer, Andrew Leeper, and Max Schultz checking out for the final time at Spartan Arena.
Yeah, Brayden, it does hit us up here in the booth, right? Obviously, we see the 5 seniors check out for their last home game, and, Brayden, it's our last home game, here for, Homestead Media.
Great final game here at Spartan Arena. Homestead going to walk away with a win against a ranked Norwell team. And the seniors going out in style. Fletcher Lawyer, I bet he wished he could have gotten that season high, though. Tucker Day with a nice bucket to check in. Homestead's up to 70 points. Coming up, don't forget the OPS post-game report. Don't go anywhere. Anthony Gery and Noah Johanningsmeier will join you on the floor. Won't want to miss it. A little recap of the game, some stats, looks at the SAC scores around the area.
Brayden, obviously, don't want to sit up here and, make this about us, but, been a great honor calling games with you all season long. For boys basketball, been a great season. Obviously, job's not done yet up here. We still got things to go after this, and it all starts Tuesday at Huntington North against the Vikings.
It's been a great run here on Homestead Live. Next up is the tournament. That's all that matters.
That's when it's time to get locked in and, go 7-0. That's all you got to do, go 7-0.
A lot of people believe Homestead they have 10% chance, according to John Harrell's tournament odds, to win the state title. Just for reference, Carmel has 15%. So they're pretty high up there with their chances. Kenny Austin, tough shot, blocked. Betterspiel was right there. He'll take a shot, gets it to go to end the game, and Homestead has won 70-57 in the regular season finale.
Yeah, good win right there for Homestead. Obviously, Norwell, team with a lot of fight. They battled all night long against Homestead, but Homestead did a great job of coming out and stealing it.
What a fantastic game by Homestead. Fletcher Lawyer with 36 points. His second highest scoring game of the season, just 1 point behind his 37-point game against the Wayne Generals. He stepped up and had himself a whale of a game against the Knights. Now let's go down to sideline reporter Nisha Lalria with Fletcher Lawyer.
Hi, I'm here with Fletcher Lawyer, and Fletcher, season finale was a battle with two of the best teams in the area. How were you guys able to slow down the high-scoring Norwell team to get them to go?
Yeah, we knew they'd be a tough team, and we knew they'd shoot it real well. So just controlling their runs, getting their offensive rebounds, and then pushing is what we had to do. So we did that, and we got the win.
All right, and 36 points for you tonight, your season high here at home. How did it feel to put a show on for these home fans?
It felt great. It was senior night, so we knew we had to come out and play our game, and we did that. I kind of felt it a little bit going in the second half, so my teammates kept giving it to me, and we got the win. It's all that matters.
And final game for you here in front of the home fans. Can you talk about how your 2 years here at Homestead playing in front of these fans went?
It's been great. I mean, last year we didn't get as many fans as we wanted, but this year they really stepped up for us and got a few wins for us. They help out a ton, so really having them here, and then we got 7 more games to play, so we're going to take it step by step and get some wins.
And sectional start next Tuesday. What does Homestead have to do to make a deep run in the tourney?
We got to focus on ourselves. We know what we have to do to win this thing, but we know we can't overlook anyone. So really just coming out each and every night, playing our game, and focus on us.
All right, thank you. Brayden?
Thank you, Nisha. Big 36-point performance by Fletcher Lawyer. Chris, it's been an honor. Our final Homestead Live game. I'm Brayden Carroll. Chris Kohrman, your color commentator all season long. Now let's send it down to the OPS postgame report after these short messages. Homestead wins 70-57 over Norwell.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome Postgame to the OPS Postgame Show. I'm Anthony Gery, joined alongside Noah Johanningsmeier. Man, what a game from Homestead, but Norwell, they stayed pesty. They stuck through, but the Spartans were able to pull out the win.
Yeah, the Spartans just overall were able to have a nice second half offensively. They really did not play as well on the defensive end as they did in the first half, but overall the Spartans with a nice win over the Knights.
How about Norwell? I mean, they stuck in this game. They would not go away. They refused to get out of this game 3 after 3, foul after foul. They just seemed to never leave.
Yeah, it was really Bailey and McBride who kept it in close for the Knights all night long, just hitting big shot after big shot. But overall, it just wasn't enough for the Knights to get over the Spartans.
I mean, we had a couple exciting moments. Bailey, how about Colton Bailey coming off the bench, making 3 after 3 after 3 from deep? I mean, it was really impressive to see that. And then, of course, Homestead, the Max Shields getting the crowd going. Fletcher Lawyer, 36 points. What a way to end the regular season.
Yeah, it was just an amazing way for the Spartans to walk off on senior night. And Fletcher Lawyer, how about just even the third quarter, scoring 17 points. He is a dynamic scorer and shows it once again in this game.
And he's most likely going to end up Mr. Basketball pending on the state run. We're going to take a look at our stats from the second half, from the entire game. Homestead, despite Fletcher Lawyer's 3 3-pointers, they really only had one other 3.
Yeah, really the Spartans, when you look at the stats, not much stands out comparing it to Norwell. Norwell, even in that second half, caught up in the free throw margin and got only 4 less free throw attempts on the game compared to the Spartans, but they were not able to convert at the same rate as the Spartans from the charity stripe.
And then the turnovers, that really came alive for Norwell in the second half. At the end of the first half, Homestead had one more than Norwell. Now, after the second half, Homestead has 5 less than Norwell.
Yeah, Norwell trying to get back close in this one, turning over the ball really hurt them late.
It really did. Helped Homestead keep this victory and keep their double-digit margin the entire second half. We're going to take a look at some scores from around the SAC. We have a couple final scores. Bishop Luers got the win over Blackford. Concordia Columbia City went to overtime, and that's where Columbia City just took control and won.
Yeah, a lot of close games we're looking at throughout the SAC. We saw that Concordia Columbia City game go to overtime. Southside kept it close against a top-tier team in the state in Blackhawk Christian. And right now we see Snyder Marion, a 1-point game in the fourth quarter.
That one's coming down to the final minutes. Marion, a team that has had a pretty disappointing regular season. Snyder, on the other hand, they've had a pretty good season. This one is a little bit surprising.
Yeah, this one is a little bit surprising. We saw the Panthers earlier in the season come into Spartan Arena and steal one from the Spartans. So the Panthers kind of playing a little bit less or lower than what we expect from them.
Well, Noah, it was a pretty great regular season of broadcasting here on Homestead Live. Any final thoughts about this game and the whole season?
Just overall, how about that dominant performance from Fletcher Lawyer? And we saw all season long, he's a great dynamic scorer.
Thank you, Noah, and thank you guys for watching today. The final score, Homestead 70, Norwell 57. On behalf of the entire Homestead Live crew, thank you for making this year's video broadcast possible. And thank you to the entire Homestead Live crew, including Brayden Carroll, Chris Kohrman, and Caleb Wood, our 3 seniors. Thank you for watching Homestead Live Sports this season. And of course, for Spartan Arena, thank you for 50-plus years of amazing moments, and I know we are all going to miss the Friday nights of Indiana high school basketball on the Score.